Hi, this is Melanie Ingalls at Lake Washington Institute of Technology eLearning. Today I'm going to show you how to add a Dropbox in your Angel course. The first thing you need to do is go to angel.lwtc.edu. Again, that's angel.lwtc.edu. Your username is your 885 number, and your password, if you've never logged in before, is the first 5 letters of your last name. Enter your username and your password and click the Log On button. Click on the course where you want to add your Dropbox. Click on the Lessons tab, and then click on the folder or click wherever you want to add it. If you just want to add your Dropbox here, then you can stay in this area. I want to add it in one of my weekly folders, so I'm going to click on the Week 1 folder. Now, a Dropbox allows students to upload papers and other documents for grading. If assignment options are set, the grades will appear in the gradebook. Now that we found the spot where we wanted to add our Dropbox, we're going to click the Add Content hyperlink. Under here, there's a lot of content items that we can add, but we want to look for Dropbox. So click on Dropbox. If this isn't already checked, make sure your settings are set to advanced. So click that advanced radio button. If it's already selected, there's no need to do anything else. We just want to see all the options that are available in the Angel Dropbox. Title your Dropbox in the space provided. The word Dropbox should be actually in the title area, just so you and the students know that this is a box where they drop their assignments. And every one of these needs to have a unique name. So I've gone with the naming convention of Dropbox 1, Dropbox 2, Dropbox 3, so they're all unique. And I know that they're Dropboxes. In the subtitle, I like to type in when the assignment is actually due. You may also type some more specifics about the assignment. The page text is where you might want to enter the rubrics that you're going to use to grade their assignment. You might also have a Word document that you've uploaded to explain their assignment and how they're going to be graded. If you don't, you can use this space here to type all that information. So that's basically it for this Content tab. The next tab is the Access tab. Click the Access tab. The user tracking is automatically set to disabled. We want to turn this on because we want to see who's been submitting assignments inside of this Dropbox, and it will work better with your grade book. So pull this menu down and click All Enrolled Users. You don't need to see authenticated guests or anything. You either want students only or all enrolled users. The view restrictions, you can check the box next to do not allow users to view this item and then uncheck it when you're ready for students to see it. Or you can set start and end dates below. I would recommend setting start and end dates, otherwise you have to remember to unclick this box. Right now this is viewable by students. If you had something that you just wanted Dropboxes set up to teams or team leaders or course mentors, you can change the viewable by. Otherwise, I'd recommend just leaving it as is. Sometimes a student might be late on an assignment because of something that's actually excusable. So something you might want to do is, if the Dropbox, you don't want assignments from anyone else and you're not accepting them, is you can put a password on your assignment, give that one student that password, and let them go in and submit an assignment. You can also set up Dropboxes for teams. This drop-down menu allows you, if I had teams in my class, I'd see all the different teams. To set a start and end date for your Dropbox, you check the box next to the start date, and then you can use the calendar or the pull-down menus to select your start and end dates. Mostly, instead of selecting an end date, I might just select a start date, and only allow them to see it when the week opens if I'm teaching an online class. If I'm teaching an on-ground class, I might do the same kind of thing where they can see the Dropbox as the week starts for that week. I don't necessarily close it because I want them to be able to go back in and see their assignments. And I know when they've submitted, and you'll be able to see the dates that they've submitted. And if it's after a certain date, you don't have to accept it and they can still submit it, but you see the dates and say it's not valid because it came after the date. Edit restrictions, leave as is. Submissions, you can let them have one submission. A lot of times students may mess up and use the wrong browser and think they're submitting something to you and not actually submitting it. So it's nice to keep it at unlimited or at least 5 or something like that. As later on in the course and as they get used to using Angel, you can start to limit it a little bit if you're getting too many submissions. Right now, your message box can be enabled or disabled. So if you don't want them typing messages, then you can disable this. Another important thing is, let's say you just wanted them to be typing a message and not necessarily attaching anything because it takes up space in your course, then you can disable the attachments. You can check the box next to make submissions anonymous. Sometimes people do this for journal entries because they don't necessarily want to know who is actually submitting the assignments, but they want to see how they're doing in the class. Or maybe it's an essay that you send out asking for improvement suggestions to improve your class. The next tab is the Review tab. Right now, normal, it's set to normal, which most of you will be using. That means users can only see their own submissions. But you can also open it up and let people do peer reviews. Or you can disable it so they can't see their submissions. The next tab is the Automate tab. At this point, this is an advanced setting, so we're just going to skip over explaining this. Then following tab and the last tab is the Assignment tab. So this is where you tie this assignment to the grade book. The first part is a milestone setting. You can set this up so students can see what their assignments are and when they're due. If you end up using a milestone setting, it goes automatically into the calendar. So that's kind of nice. You can, for Dropboxes, they should be manually marked that they completed their assignment. And for assessments, it can be item completion. The reason why we select manually marked is because the student knows when they've submitted the final assignment to you. In an assessment that's automatically graded, Angel can say that they're done with it. Under gradebook settings, there's an assignment drop-down menu. Right now you can tell my assignment is actually tied to the gradebook. If it wasn't, there would be nothing here, and I'd click the edit button. The title is automatically pulled from your title that you've typed here, or just make sure it's the exact same thing, because Angel likes to pull the title that you've already typed in. And then you select a category that it should go in. This is a homework assignment. Type in the points possible. Type in the calculation type. I always put Dropboxes as first submissions just because I take the student's first submission and grade it. And then I leave the grading display format as course default and then click the Save button. If you have not set up your gradebook, don't even tie this to the gradebook. In our gradebook section, we'll actually talk about building your gradebook. It's much easier to build all of these things. and wait until the very end and then build your gradebook instead of doing it one step at a time. So if you've done nothing and have not set up your gradebook, set up all of your assignments and then we'll set up your gradebook. If your gradebook is already set up and you're adding a Dropbox assessment discussion forum, then tie it to the gradebook. Grading rubric we'll go over in another tutorial. When you're done, click the Save button, and your Dropbox is ready for your students to use.